everyone this evening? Oh my goodness, sorry about that. Just getting water boiled. It's a short version of what was going on here in the background. How is everyone this evening? Hope that everyone is keeping really well. I'm just going to finish getting myself set up here on my phone. I use my phone to stream, laptop off to the side, just so I can see the chat. So I'm just going to quickly hide messages on my phone. So that's all set there. I know I've said it before, however, yes, I am quite short-sighted, so I just have to get myself sort of positioned here with my laptop here so I can actually see what everyone is saying. I know I popped in a couple times in the past few minutes. Let me just get caught up in the chat here. I guess the first question is, can you hear me and see me okay? It looks like it's working on my end from what I can tell, but if you can hear me and see me okay, will you please just let me know in the chat? I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Dragonfly, hey. Hey, thanks so much for being here, Dragonfly. That's while I'm thinking of this, let's give a big round of applause and thank you to Dragonfly. She's one of my beautiful moderators, and Dragonfly, you are so amazing, and she allows everything to work. She helps allow these live streams to happen, because without my moderators, I couldn't do it. So thank you so much. Okay, looks like everyone can hear me and see me okay. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much, ladies. Love the 5x5. I love those. I love the 5x5. Awesome. So Dragonfly, again, thank you so much for all of your help. Linda, hey, thanks so much for being here, Linda. Oh, that's awesome. Linda, oh, you got your mom. Hi, Mom. Hi. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this tea leaf reading. Thanks so much for hanging out here. Oh, I love that. That's so cute, Dragonfly. You had a countdown going. Oh, that's awesome. I was on time as always. 8:02 seems to be when I hop on. So thank you so much. That's fun. Linda, yes, you pen and do you pen? Linda is like our resident note taker. So Linda, do you have your pen and paper? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Rhea, hey, thanks so much for being here, Rhea. You're back. Hi. Oh, that's awesome. Gypsy Raven, you're back too. Hey, how you doing? I always like to go through the chat and see who's here. It makes me happy. It's fun to see who's here. Gypsy Raven is awesome. Oh, big snowstorm. Whereabouts are you? I'm in southwestern Ontario, and it's gotten colder. I haven't checked the forecast recently, but I think they're calling for some snow next few days. But I hope that you are staying warm and safe for sure in your snowstorm for sure. I love how everyone just chats amongst themselves. It makes me so happy when I see that. Oh, that's awesome. Greetings, Linda's mom. That's so cool. That's cool. Oh, that's awesome. Well, everyone, I hope that you enjoy this tea leaf reading. Now, if you have seen the thumbnail that I created, oh, one second, let me just zoom in here so I can actually see what we're going to see. Ray, I'm looking at with 1 foot of snow coming. Wow, Ray. Okay, so just be careful out there with so much snow on the way. Just be careful out there. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so we're going to be doing the weekly tea leaf, the general weekly tea leaf reading. All reading as always, quick disclaimer as always. There's all of these quick little notes that we like to say ahead of time. Entertainment purposes only. All the readings that I offer are for entertainment purposes only. Longer disclaimer in the description box below. However, just wanted to say that there. But we are going to be doing that weekly tea leaf reading. I have the leaves ready here. Going to be putting the water in right now. However, if you did see my thumbnail that I put up, as well as the update there and in the description, I'm offering 3 extra. Oh, that was a lot of steam. Yeah, just boiled the water too. I am actually offering an additional 3 free 5-minute tea leaf readings this evening. If you're, this is a lot. I just boiled the water. It's a lot of steam coming off that cup. Sorry, I got distracted. But yes, we're doing an extra 3 free tea leaf readings for live viewers of the audience this evening. So that is just compensate for last Thursday. I was supposed to go live. That's what we do on Monday evenings. We do the general weekly tea leaf reading, and then, as you know, if you're all watching this, it's all old hat to you anyway. But on Thursday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern, again, I like to come on here and we hang out, and we offer 3 free 5-minute tea leaf readings as a goodwill gesture, just as something nice to do. So if you've never had a tea leaf reading before, if you want a quick check-in, we can totally do that for you. So that's what we do on Thursday evenings. However, just extenuating circumstances, just couldn't do it. I've actually had a lot on my plate the past few months. So not to go into details, but I just could not make it Thursday. So I thought I would compensate for that by going live again tonight and offering those readings tonight. So if you are interested, we'll figure this all out in the chat, and we'll read, and I'm happy to read for everyone. For anyone who would like to have a tea leaf reading, we cap it at 3. And there really are taste tests. Whenever I do offer private readings, so if you're ever interested, just let me know. But the shortest amount of time that I ever offer for a private tea leaf reading is 15 minutes, 15 minutes. So these really are a taste test, a quick little taste test to see what a tea leaf reading is like. So if you're interested, please let me know. Oh, we got takers. Rhea. Oh, okay. I'm getting myself caught up here. Dragonfly. Okay, sorry. 1 second. Dragonfly, New York here. That's cool. I'm expecting a foot also. Really, I guess I should be checking my forecast because we're in southwestern Ontario, right on Lake Huron. So we're probably getting much the same then as you ladies are. Oh, Dragonfly, you're awesome. Okay, so Rhea is up first, and then Gypsy second. Perfect. So what say you ladies? Now, this is why I like to do lives. This is why I like to do them. It's interactive. So would you, as a quick poll here, would you like to do the audience readings first? The viewer readings first, and then do the weekly tea leaf reading? I'm cool to either way. So if we could get a quick synopsis here of what you ladies would like to do, I'm fine. I'm happy to do either or. Mom will want a reading too. Oh, Linda, cool. Okay. So it looks like Rhea, Gypsy, Dragonfly, you're awesome. Rhea, Gypsy. Okay, thanks, Rhea. And then Linda's mom. Okay, cool. So we have those 3. Individual first, Rhea? Yeah, I'm fine doing that. I just wanted to ask and see what the feedback is because I'm fine doing it either way. Okay, perfect. Yeah, consider it an early Valentine's Day present. We're going live again on Thursday, unless things change, but as of now, I'm going live again Thursday. So we'll also be doing this week's 3 readings, but Wanda's her name. Oh, thank you so much, Linda. Perfect, awesome. Dragonfly, you're cool, thank you. Let's go ahead and do the viewer readings first, and then we can get on with the general weekly tea leaf reading. How does that sound? Okay, so let me get myself set up here. Right. So I'm going, as always, I'm going to have this recording replay posted as soon as possible. These are always in the evening, 8 p.m. Eastern here where I am. So I always try and get them up the next day. I do my best to get them up as fast as possible. So I will be posting this replay likely tomorrow, and I'll be posting, I'll take about 3 pictures only of the general weekly tea leaf reading and post those on my community tab. And I like to do that because, so that way you can see what the reading looks like. So I will get that up tomorrow. Perfect. Okay. But yes, big thanks to Dragonfly for moderating tonight. Linda, not Linda, sorry. Dragonfly, looks like you're on deck. It's up. It's all on Dragonfly. So let's just give a big round of thank you to Dragonfly for allowing this live to happen. Could not do it without Dragonfly. Okay, everyone. So let's get your readings all set up here. So let's go ahead and get your readings ready. That's awesome. Okay. So get myself set up here. 1 moment. There we go. Tea leaf reading is rather complex. There's a lot involved. There's a lot of materials that you need. It's not like I'm not putting down any other kind of divination tool. I think, or oracle cards, pendulums, divination, dowsing. I think they're all cool. Like I love doing them as well. But yeah, I really like. I love doing tea leaf reading. But there's a lot of materials that are involved. You need the tea, the cup, everything. So it takes a little bit of preparation here in the background. Okay. No problem, Rhea. Thanks for being here. That's awesome. Margaret, you're back. You're back. Hey, Margaret. Thanks for being here. So, Margaret, so in case anyone is just joining now, we are going to be doing tea leaf readings this evening. We're going to be doing a general weekly tea leaf reading, probably within 20 minutes or so, for this week. So weekly reading to see what the universe would like us to know, to gain some insight into what's coming up this week for us. Some, none, or all of that may make sense to you, resonate with you, and that's completely fine and to normal and to be expected because it is a general reading. However, as a special present to compensate for last week's reschedule, we're going to be doing 3 audience readings tonight, and we're going back to our normal schedule next week as well. So, okay, here we go. So this reading is for Rhea. Just going to push the leaves back here and back down into the cup. So apologies for any background noise here. And for the ladies who are having their tea leaves read tonight, this is what I like to do. If you have a viewer reading and you are interested to see what the tea leaves look like, please send me a quick email and I'm happy to send you, I normally take about 3 pictures. I'm happy to send you about 3 pictures and that way you can see what your reading actually looks like. Steve! Hey! Hey Steve, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Just getting your tea leaves ready here, Rhea. Just pushing the leaves back down into the cup. Oops, that was loud. There we go. Perfect. Just checking the consistency. I love how I love how you all just chat amongst yourselves. It makes me feel so happy. Until we can all hang out together in this, I know I always say it, but until we can hang out together in the same room at the same time, this is the next best thing for now. It's fun. Okay. Actually, just going to quickly pop that into the chat. So this is my email here. You can, I have 2 emails, but basically they go to the same one. So ladies, if you like to send me a quick email, if you've had a tea leaf, if you're having a tea leaf reading tonight, you can send me a quick email there and I will send you pictures. Okay. All right. And good. Let me just get it a little bit better. And in case you're joining this and you don't know everyone here, it's all hat. In case anyone is watching this for the first time and wondering what's going on, we're doing tea leaf reading. So tea leaf reading is a divination tool, which is a divine tool we'd ask for and receive divine guidance. It's sort of like angel cards or tarot cards in a cup, you could almost think of it as. And we look to see what images formed by tea leaves in a cup. They all mean different things. It can be literal, symbolic, and or both. And I read it chronologically. I read tea, that's pretty good. I read tea leaves chronologically. Now my screen is a little bit tilted here. I assure you I'm holding this this up straight. However, the rim is a present situation. Whoops. Okay, that's kind of random. Okay, there we go. Rim is a present situation. The sides are on the way. The base is more of the distant future. So now on the way and later. So just keep that in mind, maybe as I am reading for you. Okay. 2, 3. Perfect. Turn the cup around a few times. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to let your cup just strain out a little bit. Strain out any excess liquid. This prevents pooling in the base. That would change the images. Looks like it's going to be just a moment while I do this. The way I describe tea leaf reading, it's a bit of a mouthful, but the best way that I have found, the best succinct way that I can say tea leaf reading really is it describes the qualities and or characteristics of events and or situations which are likely to occur. So a lot of words, but it's the best way that I can describe it. Okay, all comes from the boss. So I'm just relaying whatever the boss wants us to know. Okay. All right. I have my old school timer here in the background. Okay, Rhea, are you ready? Ready? Okay, let's go. Okay, And just as a quick reminder, if you're having a TV reading tonight, as always, please don't say what your question is or what you're thinking about in the chat. That you like to have, there we go. If you like to have whatever it is that you're sort of thinking of, please don't say what it is in the chat, or it keeps me objective as possible. And that way it also keeps your also helps to maintain your confidentiality. Okay, let's put that back by another 20 seconds. Okay, here we go. Okay, Rhea, here we go. So looks like to me, well, you're kind of busy, aren't you? All right, so let's see. Okay, wait. To me, it looks like there is one main event or situation taking place right now. 2. Okay, I'm going to say that there are 3 events or situations taking place right now. One more so, one which is more significant than the others. And in all 3 scenarios, things are calm and clear and quiet, and you're happy with that, and or you want things to get moving a little bit more. There's also a few other smaller scenarios taking place right now as well, where things are a little bit busy, but they're not anywhere as near as significant as the 3 events or situations taking place right now. Okay, that's the other ones. All right, let's see what else we have here. Just taking a bit of the excess liquid. Okay. I just happened to look over because I still have the chat up here. Dragonfly, your internet is glitching. Don't even worry. Just thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for all of your help. Don't even worry. Not even worry. It's probably the weather. Weather here notoriously messes up my internet whenever I have to stream. Don't even worry. Just thank you for all your help. Wow, Rhea, you are busy. Wow, okay. All right. So you have one main event or situation being shown in here. It's comprising, it takes up about a quarter of the cup, so it is fairly significant. And it actually becomes even more significant as time progresses. It's hard to give time frames at the moment, at this exact second, but as time progresses, yes, it does become more significant and takes up almost, actually about half of the cup. So it becomes even more important. Aside from this one main event or situation, my goodness. So it looks like you're in for quite a very busy time ahead. So I would say just pace yourself as well as you possibly can. You have a lot coming up. So in addition to this one main event or situation, you really do have, from what I'm seeing, entertainment purposes only, of course, there's a lot or a great deal of conversations, ideas, thoughts, ideas, things up in the air, things along those lines. There's a lot of thinking, talking, things to be decided on, maybe clarity needed, however you want to describe it, but those themes, those elements, things along those lines. Okay. As time progresses, there's one area where that I would say involves sort of going within, where an instance of where like you're going within, maybe meditating, doing yoga, whatever the case may be. And at around that time, it's like there's a little bit more clarity around that situation that takes place. Things become more significant. It's a very loving, heart-based, heart-centered, loving and harmonious scenario. There actually may be the letter L, person, place, or thing that's involved, and maybe a Scorpio connection, possibly. But really a sense of like going within, taking time out for your own self-care, reading, researching, acquiring knowledge. A small reminder there for perspective. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but a small reminder for perspective. Glass half full versus glass half empty sort of mindset there. But that's coming up later on. But in addition to that, okay, so I don't know if you're thinking of moving, but that actually may be the case. If so, that is partnered with the idea of like new creative projects, new ideas, creativity in some way, shape, or form that's taking place around the same time as like you're going within and doing everything that I just mentioned. And if this is regarding a house move or property in some way, shape, or form, whatever that may be, if you are moving, hypothetically, I would say you're likely moving into like a taller building, whether that's like a two-story, like it's a higher house. Like it's not like a bungalow, it's a high building. So whether that's like a condo or whatever, but something along those lines. Okay. So in terms of this main event or situation, starting, I would say imminently, actually, it is related to 2 events or situations, I would say specifically, that are taking place right now. In the short term, there are Yeah, I do wonder if there's something happening with you and property. Very interesting. It looks like there could be 2 instances of property in some way, shape, or form taking place imminently. If so, if it's that, great. If it's not, then in some way, shape, or form it involves this house, possible, but also this new opportunity. So there's 2 opportunities that somehow connected with this. We have an Aries and or a Taurus connection. So whether it's someone who is that sign, the qualities of that sign, and are taking place, Rhea, thank you so much, or it's taking place somewhere around that time frame coming up. So there's a few different ways that could be referencing. Okay. Letter J, person, place, or thing, also taking place in the short term. We also have unconventional stability, so something that is unique and different, but also that provides stability taking place very much in the short term. Okay, so just wrapping up here, unconditional, that's the wrong word. Forward movement, fast pace, going for whatever it is that you want to have, not being held back, life force, vitality, possible Sagittarius connection as well. Just really a lot of action, speed, momentum, going full tilt ahead. So that element, that quality being present very, very soon. And I actually do wonder if there actually may be some significance regarding change and or transition in some way, shape, or form as well regarding that. But regardless, as this whole main event or situation does continue to unfold, there is like that sense of knowing where you stand and yet you don't at the same time. But it does flow into the base, which is more of the distant future, specifically goes into the base in 3 different areas. And in the base, it looks very much like how the rest of the cup looks. So it looks like in the base, more distant future. It's knowing where you stand and you don't at the same time. So in other words, surprises, lots of communication, lots of thoughts and ideas taking place. So things along those lines. And I would just say again, maybe pace yourself. Looks like it's going to be pretty crazy for you. So I really hope that tea leaf reading was helpful. So thank you so much, Rhea, for being here, hanging out, and I hope that you enjoyed that tea leaf reading. Okay, there we go. So thank you for the confirmation in that, Rhea. Now, typically I do have, fantastic, thanks so much. So I do have, just so everyone knows, I do have my laptop up here to the side, and I usually leave it. Normally during readings, I turn it away, so I'm not unintentionally looking at it, so I can give you the best experience as possible, like uninterrupted. But I know Dragonfly said her internet is a bit glitchy, but regardless of that, it's just Dragonfly moderating tonight. So thanks so much, Gypsy. So I'm going to be leaving leaving the chat up here just so that I can keep an eye on everything as well, just so I can see everything too. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, thank you so much, ladies. Okay, so who is up next? It's Gypsy Raven, right? Oh my goodness. I've had quite a busy day here too. Okay, so let me just check. Okay, I'm sure I've got it right, but I just want to double check here. Oh, okay. 1 second, I have to really decrease my Zoom in order for me to look at the chat. Sometimes, and this is one of those times. Gypsy second, perfect, yes, okay, awesome, thank you. Okay, so there we go. Okay, Gypsy Raven, you are up next. Hope that you enjoy your reading as well. Now, I don't know where I put my email address into the chat, ladies. So if you do have a reading tonight, please feel free to send me a quick email, and I will send you pictures of your tea leaf readings to you. I normally take around 3 pictures, and that way, I like to do that so you can see what your readings look like, just for your reference. Oh, Dragonfly, you're awesome. Thank you. Okay, so this reading is for Gypsy Raven. This is fun. I hope that you ladies, I hope that everyone watching, I don't want to say ladies because I know Steve's in the house tonight, but I hope that everyone watching is really enjoying this format and enjoying, Dragonfly is always busy here. Hope everyone here is enjoying these tea leaf readings. Just going to be pushing your tea leaves back down into the base. Gypsy Raven, I love your name. That's really cool. guess I should be saying Gypsy Raven Zoo. Thanks so much for being here. Cool. A lot of background noise here. Sorry about that. So Canadian. Just pushing this down here. And as always, entertainment purposes only. Please take what you will, leave what you don't. And I was updating when I was updating the description for this video, I actually maxed out on my description. It was like they give you YouTube gives you like 5,000 characters, and it was like 5,200. I'm like, better backspace. Hellstorm. I have my laptop up here, so just in case you're wondering what I'm doing. I just found you alive. Oh, well, thanks so much for being here. This is great. That's so cool. Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate that. I love tea leaf reads. Oh, that's cool. I'm so glad that you do. Can I get one, please? I'm in England. Oh, Cal. Oh, Cal. I am so sorry. I was offering 3 tonight. So I'm actually back again on Thursday. And then after we do the 3 tonight, Cal, we're doing the general weekly tea leaf reading. So that's about 20 minutes. I say 20 minutes. It's more like everyone who watches this regularly, it's not really 20 minutes, a bit longer than that usually. But we're gonna be doing the general weekly tea leaf reading right after. So we have this one that I've got here for Gypsy Raven. We have Wanda up next. And then we're doing the general weekly tea leaf reading. But we are back on Thursday evening. If anything ever changes, I always post on my community tab before I go live, anywhere from 20 minutes to a few hours ahead, just to confirm that I'm going live. But I'm back here again on Thursday. Calstorm, that's okay. So thank you so much, Calstorm. And I love your name. That's really cool. But yes, we are back again here on Thursday. And that is specifically just for the 3 free 5-minute tea leaf readings specifically. This is special. Yes, it's Valentine's Day on Wednesday, but it's also to make up for last Thursday when I couldn't go live. Extenuating circumstances took place. But thank you so much. And thank you so much for the subscription. Yeah, we're over 400. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. So thank you so much, everyone, for subscribing and liking and commenting. It makes a huge difference. It really helps with the algorithms. So I know it may sound small, but it's absolutely massive. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Gypsy, I love tea. Oh, that's good. It's funny. God has a sense of humor. I like coffee. Just watching these. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy that you enjoyed the tea leaf reading. That makes me feel so, so happy and so good. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Sweet Shorty Blue. And here. Naomi Stewart. Hey, Naomi. Oh, well. Oh, hang on. Whoa, chat is lighting up here. 1 second. So just to confirm, as I've said before, all the tea leaf readings that I offer here, whether they're the general weekly tea leaf readings or these 5-minute tea leaf readings, which really are a taste test, they're very, very short readings. The shortest amount of time that I ever offer when I do private readings, which, if you'd like to book a reading, please let me know, is 15 minutes. These are like 5 minutes, just a very quick taste test. And no, I never charge any money for it. Like, thank you. Like, I do have a Ko-fi account, and I do have a Patreon, which is very much a work in progress. Those links are in the description box below. Please do not feel the need to financially contribute to this channel. If should you wish to, thank you so much, but it's not necessary. It's something that I like to do is a goodwill gesture. Gypsy Raven. Oh, Gypsy Raven, look at you. Look at you. Okay, well, Gypsy Raven, aren't you the sweetest? Okay, well, Gypsy Raven, if you're okay with that, since you've offered, that's so sweet of you. Thank you. Okay, well, Kelstorm, you just got a tea leaf reading tonight. So thank you so much, Gypsy Raven. That is so sweet of you. Thank you. Bless you. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Yeah. Dragonfly, we just said that at the same time. Okay. All right, ladies, here we go. And Steve. So let's do your tea leaf reading. Okay, Kel? All right. let me get your leaves. I'm just going to stir them up again. Put a little bit more water into the cup. And that's so cool that you were in England. I absolutely adore, love. Can I say that well enough? The UK. I've been there before and I adore it. So that's so cool. Thank you. Thank you for being here. This is fun. Okay, so this reading is for Cal. Okay, I'm just wanted to give those leaves an extra swirl. Just pushing these tea leaves back down into the cup. It's been a few years since I've been to England, but I love the entire UK. It's gorgeous. I'm excited for Cal. It's cool, Rhea. Okay. Okay, Cal, here we go. So I have your tea leaves ready right now. I'm just going to quickly strain out any excess liquid. That's what we do. It does not look very ceremonious. I'm excited too. That's so cool. It looks very unceremonious, but I do use Kleenex or tissues to do so. It just works very well, especially in this kind of format for the quick, especially for quick readings. Allows me to get the right consistency. Perfect. Okay. So Cal, as always, entertainment purposes only. Please take what you will, leave what you don't. 1, 2, 3. I'm flipping this over. I read chronologically. I know you could talk to many different people, and they may all tell you different ways how they read tea leaf reading. To me, they're all accurate. They're just different. I do read chronologically. That's how I do it. It's fun. Hope that you enjoy your reading. And Kel, yes, if you are interested in me, if you would like me to send you, normally about 3 pictures. I can take 3 I normally take about 3 pictures. If you're interested, I can send you 3 pictures of your tea leaf reading, and I can email them to you, and that way you can see the leaves. I'm happy to do that. I like to do that. So if anyone is ever interested in doing so, and that way you can see your leaves. I like doing that so that way you can see what I'm looking at. It's your reading after all. It's not mine. Yeah, tea leaf reading is really very, very unique. It takes a little while to get the cup ready, but I do find it very interesting. Right now, I'm just dabbing the mug. Obviously, I'm just straining out any excess liquid. That prevents pooling in the base, which may change the images in the base, which is what I don't want to happen. It prevents the pooling in the base and the changing images. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, Cal, are you ready? Gypsy Raven, you're so sweet. My old school timer here. And just as a quick reminder regarding how I read in terms of, I read chronologically. So the rim is the screen is tilted, sorry. So the rim, awesome. The rim is the present situation. The sides are on the way, and the base is more of the distant future. So it's like now, on the way, and later. Anu Vav too. Hope I said your name correctly. Can I ask a question? I am sorry, but and Bev too. I'm sorry. Right now, we are maxed out at the 3 readings that I'm offering tonight. If you're interested in having a quick 5-minute tea leaf reading again, you're more than welcome to come back here again on Thursday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I'm going to be offering the 3 free 5-minute tea leaf readings as per our normal weekly schedule. Thank you, Dragonfly, for that. Yeah. Thank you so much. I have noticed one quick thing before we start, Cal. I have noticed very briefly, just want to say this. The past couple of weeks, I've noticed that we're having more bots, spammy AI, trolls, whatever word we want to use. So to me, it just means that we're over the target. So we're doing whatever we're supposed to be doing. And yeah, just wanted to quickly mention that. So thank you so much. Okay. Okay, Cal, are you ready? Let's go. Here we go. Entertainment purposes only, and please just don't say your question in the chat. It helps to maintain confidentiality and keeps me objective. Okay, so interesting. Okay, interesting. So it looks like right now, hang on. One second. Yeah, looks like for the most part right now, things are calm and clear and like across the board for you. Things are calm and clear and quiet. And it's like you're happy with that, and or you want things to get moving a little bit more. And why I was really hearing is that it looks like that's going to be changing imminently in a few different aspects or a few different ways or a few different events or situations, however you want to, whatever word you want to use. But that's going to be changing imminently. Okay. And you do have a layout that I do all like frequently see, and that's one main event or situation that is being shown in here. It's approximately a third of, not a third, sorry, about an eighth of the cup. So it's not like overly hugely significant, but it is significant in and of itself in terms of what is like taking place here. It's just that it may not be like a huge, massive situation that we're contending with, that kind of things along those lines. Okay, aside from that though, it's very interesting because in the short term, it may not seem like that. It looks like you have one, you could say 2, 3, 4. 1 second. 1. In addition to this one main event or situation, thank you, Cal. In addition to the main event or situation, you do have 1, 2, 3. We're going to say 3 to 4 events or situations also taking place that are related to the main event or situation. It's just that they are related, but they seem like they're independent in and of themselves, but they are related. Now, one of those scenarios consists of either one scenario that has 2 parts or 2 parts that are related in some way in and of themselves. So hopefully that makes sense in how I'm conveying that to you. But that's taking place very, very soon. Imminently. There's also, in addition to all of that as well, there is unconventional stability. So when I say that, it's like, for example, you paint boxes, sell them online, and make money from them. So it's like conventional, and it's unconventional, but it does give you stability. So is that kind of scenario taking place very soon? And with that specifically, there's a Cancerian connection. So whether I'm no astrologer nor a numerologist, but it really is like the qualities of that sign and or someone who is that sign taking place or that's present in that scenario. So that is what I'm seeing very much in the short term. Now, in addition to that, there is 2 other independent events or situations also taking place, very, 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 very minor, but one is a little bit more significant than the other. Now, the other one also does have that Cancerian connection. So something to do with like home, the house, the home, the family, emotional healing, intuition, things along those lines. And it may seem like in and of itself not hugely significant, although you are receiving something very positive. I would say with that, it's a very good scenario. It does create some kind of positive change, and it does lead to a smaller event or situation that takes place later on. That is part of another scenario that we'll get to momentarily. Okay, so in regards to your main event or situation here, Cal, let's take a look. Yeah, you have a happy face right at the get-go. So it looks like it's a very good scenario. Starts off very nicely, which is good to see. You also have a letter V, like a letter V, person, place, or thing. And that has a significance regarding 2 people communicating. It's open communication between 2 individuals, as well as the letter I. So letter I and V, there may be a letter U, but also involved in that scenario. A small conclusion, like a very, very much so a minor conclusion, nothing bad at all, but it's a minor conclusion taking place imminently as well that precedes the letter, those letters. I keep seeing happy faces though all around here at the beginning. Already seen like 2. So it's a very good scenario, I would say, right from the get-go. I'll keep seeing happy faces. So things are going well, I would say. There's also the sense of stability that's also involved. Now, there actually may be like a seafaring and or some kind of water connection in some way, shape, or form with the letter J that's involved, I would say at least twice. And that does help to create a sense or form of a partnership in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. Let's keep going just to, okay. Yeah. So really a sense of like, I would say, I'm not trying to tell, I don't tell people what to do. And I do not tell people what to do in readings at all. However, I would say something along the lines of manifesting, put out what you would like to have, things along those lines. Letter L, person, place, or thing. I would also say be very careful, conscious of your thoughts, really putting out the best. You can expect the best back. Things along those lines. Letter Y, letter V, letter J, yet again. Helpful individual. And as this event unfolds, it's sort of as like there's a few smaller surprises at the beginning of it, and then as it continues, that does continue where it's like you know where you stand, so you have clarity, and yet you don't at the same time. And additionally to that, there's also 2 different aspects where there's a lot of things up in the air, conversations, ideas, thoughts, words, things along those lines. Now, once we get into the base, which is more of the distant future, right before we get to the base, you may have a trip that's coming up, possibly. If so, great. If not, it's another event or situation that's also forming, but I would say there's likely some kind of new opportunity that is still forming, and there likely has 2 different parts to it, and that's coming up later on. And that's part of that event or situation that I mentioned at the beginning of your reading. And in the base, this is really cool. So it's really a lot of a new opportunity, I would say, a really new opportunity, something new that's being contemplated or thought about in some way, shape, or form that's in the base. I would say that it's going to be full on, very busy, but also very manageable. And a lot of conversations and ideas up in the air being discussed and contemplated, yes, and also some nice surprises too. So that's your reading. I hope that you enjoyed your reading, Kel. That's awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, let me just get caught up in the chat here. Live in a boat and just made a J. Oh wow. Okay, that's very interesting. I always read chronologically, so it could be referring to that individual or not, because I do read like looking into the future. So take that for what you will. But I hope that reading was helpful for you, that you enjoyed it. Yes, it is exciting. It's awesome. And Dragonfly, thank you again for monitoring the chat. I really, really, really appreciate it. Okay, and then up next we have Wanda. So Wanda, let me get your teas ready here. Yes, Kel. So I'm just going to quickly, Lovey, not Love. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Cal. Awesome. I'm going to just quickly put my email back in the chat. I'll give you my other email. Both emails that I put in the chat go to the one in the same email. So you can write to either or. That is my email. So if you'd like me to send you pictures, Cal, of your tea leaf reading, please just send me a quick email and I'll get them over to you. I typically take around 3 pictures and that way you can see what they look like. Awesome. Well, that's cool that you're in England. Everyone watching, this is the first. We never had anyone from England watching live before, so this is really cool. So thanks again, Cal. It's awesome. Okay, we have Wanda up next. Oh, that's awesome, Cal. Thanks. It's ready. Oh, Linda. Linda's like old hat. She's been here for forever. And her mom is super cool. So Wanda, I hope that you enjoy your reading. Thanks so much, Rhea. Okay, Wanda, I hope that you enjoy your tea leaf reading. I Gypsy Raven. Okay, 1 second. Just getting your cup ready here. Again, I hope everyone is enjoying this impromptu viewer reading. I find it fun. So I hope that you're all enjoying it as well. Just getting set up here. Yeah, when I first began, I shouldn't say I, as we, as far as I'm concerned, but when we first went live, at least the first time or so, I was doing like 1 live each week. Started off, I began doing like 1 live each week, and then that's when we were doing like the live viewer readings, and like in this kind of format, and the weekly at the same time. I'm like, oh, let's just expand it to 2 days a week. So we did. This is kind of fun to. Oh, that's awesome, Gypsy. It is fun. So that's when we changed it to do 2 different evenings, and that way we have 1 evening dedicated solely for viewer readings. But it's fun to change up a little bit, I think, sometimes, and I just wanted to honor the last week's reading when I just simply did not have it in me to go live. I'm not feeling well enough to do readings. I really try to not do readings so I can offer my best to you. Oh, Dragonfly, I love you. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Well, everyone here is always amazing. I never have to worry about the chat. I mean, okay, there's spammy bots whenever. I mean, I just take that as a compliment. I mean, they're just driving up my numbers. So thank you. But no, it's fun. Everyone here in the chat is always cool. You're always chatting amongst each other, always kind and always supportive. And it just makes it so much fun, I think, to interact with new people, meet new friends. Just checking the consistency. Strained a little bit too much out again. Let me just put a couple of drops back in, and then we're good to go. Perfect. That's good. Gypsy Raven. And Sarah, oh, thank you so much, Gypsy Raven. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I only reschedule if it's absolutely necessary. And Thursday and then Friday it was necessary, especially because it takes up so much energy to do this. More so for psychic medium readings, which I do as well. I do offer that as well. But regardless, it's still readings. It still takes a lot of energy and preparation and effort. So if I'm not feeling well enough to do it, then I'm not going to do it because I'm not physically able to do my best. So especially when it comes to readings, I find this is the case. Matt, what is this? Okay, so Matt, we are doing tea leaf readings. So tea leaf readings, everyone here in the chat, it's all hat to them. Oh, there we go. Dragonfly is on it. She is on it. Yes, we're doing tea leaf readings. So we're doing three impromptu viewer readings. This is our 3rd of the evening. And then we're going to be doing the general weekly tea leaf reading. Can be draining and tiring. Yes, absolutely, Gypsy Raven, 100%. Should be calling you, I'm sorry, Gypsy Raven's you. No, not, thank you, no problem. Thanks for being here. It can be draining and tiring. Yes, it absolutely can be draining and tiring, especially if I'm doing a few readings in a day, whenever that is the case. Yeah, absolutely. Especially during lives, I find too, because like I'm on all the time. It takes it's a lot. It's a lot of effort, but I really enjoy it, and hopefully everyone is enjoying it too. The readings can absolutely take up a lot of energy because it's all energy. So like you're processing it and you're feeling it, and yeah, and there's a lot that's involved. drinking lots of water is very helpful in my opinion. Making sure you're hydrated during the reading is also really good. Okay. Wanda, here is your tea leaf reading. Entertainment purposes only, of course. Okay, go. Here in the background. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Now, on the way later, chronologically. Wanda, you are busy. Okay, so Wanda, it looks like you have one main eventer situation. It is approximately a third of a cup, so it is quite significant, I would say. Also, additionally to that, checking if you're awesome, thank you. Additionally to that, you do have, you do have a fair amount of clear space in the cup, in addition to the main eventer situation. So in other words, I would say that for the most part, you are going to be able to pace yourself. Again, I'm not telling you what to do, but I would say that you are going to be having a lot of quieter time. In other words, you're not going to be having too many distractions in addition to this main eventer situation. So you have this one main thing that's taking place, this one main event or situation that's happening, coming up. And in addition to that, it looks like there are 1, 2, 3 specifically events or situations taking place in the next while. But they're really not significant in and of themselves. They're very small. They're not that significant. So you're not going to be pulled in too many other different directions. So in other words, again, just to repeat myself, for extra clarity, apparently, you will be able to focus on this one main event or situation, and again, not be pulled in different directions. You can do what you need to get done and really not have to think or worry or contend with really too many other things. And those 3 events or situations taking place later on, they're very, very minor, so nothing too much to be concerned about or aware of. Now, in the very much in the short term, you do have 1, 2 other very short-term events or situations. However, they're very short-term. They're happening, I would say, they are taking place imminently, I would say. And they actually are both related to this main event or situation, one more so than the other, but they are both related. Okay, so quickly looking at the top, I forgot to do the quick overview like I like to do. So I would say right now, taking place right now, you have 1 main event or situation taking place right now. Actually, 2. 2 events or situations taking place right now where things are calm and clear and quiet, and you're happy with that, and or you want things to get moving a little bit more. Additionally to that, you have a few other smaller, much smaller events or situations also taking place that are nowhere near as significant as those other 2. Okay. Looking at this main event. Okay, let's look at those 2 side events very, very, very briefly. Okay. So we have so we have a Cancerian connection, so someone who is either that sign and or the qualities and or characteristics of that sign. Also, the letter I is involved. Person, place, or thing, like the house connection in some way, shape, or form, whether that's like buying a bath mat to renovating to maybe buying something along those lines. Writing is involved in some way. Fast-paced movement as well. Writing is involved in at least 2 different ways. 3 ways. There's writing involved in at least 3 different instances. Now looking over here. Yeah. I think to me, we all have divine protection. We all have divine protection anyway. But just a quick reminder that the qualities and or characteristics of unconditional love, support, loyalty, commitment, protection, companionship, things along those lines are present in this, especially in that secondary event or situation. Also has the letter H involved in some way as well, and that involves a very, very minor conclusion, but it is, I would say that conclusion is taking place rather soon. Very much a glass half full versus glass half empty. Small reminder, that's it. Okay, now looking at this main event or scenario. Busy. Busy lady. We do have, especially as this event or scenario unfolds, as it unfolds in the next short while, hard to define timing right now, but you do have surprises. You have many surprises coming up, and they do become more. Oh, 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, so you do have some surprises coming up. It all sort of begins with stability. It's all part of the one main event or situation, but it does begin in one aspect, one part of it, the main core of it. It begins with a sense of stability, also a reminder that the angels are around you, also abundance and prosperity in some way, shape, or form that is like firmly apparent. That, and it's a really good scenario, likely receiving some kind of, you're receiving something, whether that's a new member to the family coming in, whether that's a new fur baby, like a new pet, or whatever the scenario is. But it's abundance, like receiving abundance in some way, shape, or form, but it's like firmly rooted. It's quite apparent. And that precedes an entire, like the rest of that hub, that being core of the main event, where you do have quite a few surprises, especially as time and events unfold. But it's all about abundance and prosperity. I would say, from what I'm seeing, that's what it's all about. It's a very loving and you have a heart there, hence me doing this. But it's not that you can see that, but anyway, it's a heart. A loving and harmonious scenario with this fast-paced movement, also apparent. Very, very good scenario. A lot of happy faces, a lot of open communication too. Now there may be not Sagittarius. There may be a small Scorpio. There may be a Scorpio connection a bit later on, in some way, shape, or form. If it's not Scorpio, then it's like this whole idea of like change, transformation, new beginnings. But it's all about abundance and prosperity. Surrounding that, there's a lot of knowing where you're standing, yet you don't at the same time, but also like some surprises and things up in the air. That's really the core of what I'm seeing, which is very exciting to me because it looks like you have a lot of abundance coming up for you, which is really cool. In the base, it continues on. It continues on. I would say it's very much the same as what I've just said, what we've just seen so far. It's just that it's a little bit less so. So it's still a lot of abundance and prosperity coming up for you. It's just that it's more like thoughts, words, ideas, things up in the air, things being decided upon. But wow, I'm excited for you. I'm always excited for people, but that's a cool cub. So Wanda, I hope that you enjoyed your tea leaf reading. Okay, let's go back here and check the chat. Oh, 1 second. I just pushed a button. How do I get rid of that? Oh, there we go. Okay. Dragonfly, thank you so much for monitoring the chat here. I really appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Gypsy, she's just jumped right in there. Thank you. Thank you so much, ladies. Oh, and now Linda, look at that. New great grandbaby coming in April. Well, congratulations. That is so neat. Congratulations. That's amazing. Congratulations. Well, Wanda, thank you so much for letting me read for you. Thank you, everyone who had readings, and thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. And I really hope that you enjoyed your tea leaf reading. That is awesome. Okay, so now we're going to move on to this general weekly tea leaf reading now. So it's definitely going to be a bit of a longer live than normal. Congratulations. Yes, that is super cool. It's always fun to hear new life coming in. So that is awesome. Congratulations. And I see that Dragonfly and Gypsy Raven, you ladies were answering some questions in there in the chat. So yes, thank you so much. Yeah, this is definitely a bit of a one-off. We don't typically do this format, but we are this evening. But yeah, we're coming. If you're interested, please come back again on Thursday, and I'm doing readings again. Live viewer readings again on Thursday. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, that's awesome. That's so much fun. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to have a quick sip of water here, a bit more than I've already had, and I'm going to reboil the water and get it hot again, and we're going to be doing the weekly tea leaf reading and see what the universe would like us to know for this week. That's so much fun. Well, everyone, thank you so much for hanging out here. This has been a lovely time so far. And to your point earlier, Gypsy, yeah, it can be draining, it can be tiring. for sure, and trying, yeah, for sure. Like in this live alone, I mean, I couldn't do it without any of you, and we're doing chit chats in between all the readings and all that considered, and I know that, but like we're already at an hour, and that's just from what we've been doing just for 3 live viewer readings. So, case in point, it does take a little bit of energy, just doing this alone. So yeah, for sure. But that's so cool, Wanda. Congratulations. You have a new grandbaby to love very soon. So that's amazing. In April. Wow. Just around the corner. Not long now. Okay, everyone. I think the water is just about ready here. And we're going to aim for around 20 minutes. Is it over 20 minutes? But we're going to aim for around 20-minute reading. And yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll see what the universe would like us to know this week. But this was fun. This was a fun. I'm going to go ahead and get this TV reading underway. And this is the general weekly TV reading. I know I sort of said this before, but just as a quick reminder, it really is a take what you will and leave what you don't. That's the case with all the readings that I offer, as I say. But longer disclaimer in the description box below. But Amina, hi, thanks so much for being here. So this reading is for the week, like I said. Always entertainment purposes only. Putting that disclaimer out there. And you may find this, since now that we've done the live viewer readings, and we are on to the general weekly reading, you may find that some, none, or all of this reading may resonate with you, and that's completely fine and normal and to be expected. This is a general weekly TV reading. So you may find that parts of it resonate, some of it does, some of it doesn't, and that's all completely fine and good and normal and to be expected. It's always fun to sort of like look back, and sometimes in the past, as I've been going about my day, I sort of think about the TV reading that we did like that Monday and go, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. I did that last week. I'm like, geez, last week, past couple weeks have been quite busy here. Just getting the cup ready right now. Okay. Just one more second. But this is why I love going live. We get to interact in real time until we can hang out in the same together in the same room. It's just fun. And we got some really great news. There's a new baby on the way. I think we can all be excited about that. It's fun. Thank you for sharing that. It's very sweet of you, Linda, for sharing that. And normally I do, like I mentioned before, normally I do turn the laptop away, but just for tonight, as a one-off, I'm leaving it open, like facing me, so I can see the chat. It's good consistency. Okay, so we do have some new viewers tonight. Amina, what am I doing? This is a tea leaf reading. I would suggest that you do check the description in the description box below. Everything is in there, but we are doing an impromptu. We have done some live viewer readings, and now we are ready to do a general weekly tea leaf reading. Just going to push the tea leaves back in the vase. cup. So I hope that everyone has an amazing, amazing week ahead. And we'll see what the universe would like us to know for this week, and we'll see how busy it's going to be. Generally speaking, of course. And my apologies to everyone watching who are here for the best of intentions. I know that we've been having a little bit of, we've been attracting some spammy bots and things. To me, it just means that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. I can only apologize for not having the best experience possible, that we're having these spammy bots and things popping up. I'm helping out here, Dragonfly. I don't want you to be the only one doing this. One second, everyone. Sorry about this. But I do find this is what can happen sometimes when, in past experience, we've noticed this the past few times we've been going live. This has been happening. I take it as, thank you so much, Gypsy. I take it as a compliment. If this is what's happening, then I can only take this as a compliment. Okay. Sometimes when you tell truth, some individuals, some platforms don't like it so much. In my opinion. All opinions that I'm saying are mine and mine alone and no one else's. However, okay. Let's get, and notice how it all really started. We're ready to do the thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this reading underway. 1, 2, 3. This is the general weekly TV reading. Whatever God, universe, source, the divine, creator, whatever name or names you're comfortable with using, whatever the boss wants us to know for this week, I simply relay what I see. For the greatest benefit of everyone involved, I've already said all my prayers of protection well before I even went live. Everything I ever done and do is by, for, and with the boss. And I only ever do my best. Just doing that. And I do these lives because I'm just trying to offer some assistance to whomever would be interested in having it. That's why I do what I do. It's my way of serving the boss. So thank you everyone for your patience, and I appreciate it. Plus we get to hang out, which is also really fun. Okay, so here we go. And everyone who has had a TV reading tonight, I really hope that you enjoyed your reading. And now we can go ahead, and now we're going to be looking at this week ahead to see what the universe would like us to know. Let's set the old school timer for around 20 minutes, and we'll go from there. Thank you, Rhea. It's very sweet of you. Okay, let's go. So I will be posting pictures of this tea leaf reading on my community tab, most likely later tonight. If not tonight, then tomorrow. I always like to show you the tea leaves. Ooh, interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm going to be looking at this in a bit more detail, but do you see that tree in the base? That's awesome. Abundance and prosperity on the way this weekend. Okay. I see a little bit of liquid there. I'm just going to strain that out momentarily. Actually, right now. So in terms of chronology, I am reading this chronologically, obviously. So for this, in these cases, when we do the general weekly tea leaf readings, the rim is the present situation. So that's like now being Monday. And then around the middle mark is around Wednesday or so. And the base is more of this weekend heading into next week. So it's like no, around Wednesday, pardon me, this weekend heading into the following week. Okay. Ready? Linda, do you have your note paper and pen ready? Okay, let's go. I do have my laptop on. Big tree, Gypsy. Big tree like an oak or maple tree. Yes. Yes, my love, quick side note here before we start. My absolute love is Celtic spirituality, part of my ancestry. And oak trees are really good. Oak trees are extremely powerful. So cool that you said the oak. Not too well versed in the maple, obviously, other than being Canadian. But the oak tree is highly significant. Highly, highly, highly significant. Linda, oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, Linda. Okay, let's go ahead and start. Okay, let's go. Is this turned up all the way? Yes, it is. Okay, I would say, one second. Sorry, I'm just gonna, all right. So let's see. Okay, so generally speaking, it appears to me, entertainment purposes only, of course, please take what you will and leave what you don't. But it looks like to me, there are two main events or situations taking place right now where things are calm and clear and quiet, and we're happy with that, and or we want things to get moving a little bit more. Additionally, there are a few, actually, I would say, a few other smaller events or situations which are also taking place that are nowhere, that are not nowhere near as significant as those two main events or situations taking place, but they are present. Looks like this week is going to be pretty busy, fairly busy. We do have that one main event or situation. That's what I'm referring to and I'm looking at right here. So it does eventually comprise a third of a cup. So I know one of you ladies tonight who had a TV reading, that was also the case. So this is highly, I would say, quite significant, this main event or situation. Additionally to that main event, so it starts off a little bit smaller, and then as the week progresses, I would say as we're heading into maybe Tuesday, heading into Wednesday, thereabouts, it does become more significant. So it's almost like something takes place, something happens around Tuesday or Wednesday, which is like tomorrow or Wednesday, and that's when it becomes, I'm just repeating myself, but becoming more significant, and a little bit even more so around Thursday, possibly Friday. So it expands in terms of significance as the week progresses, essentially. Additionally, we have 1, 2, 1, 2. We can say 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would say up to 8, approximately. I'm going to say 8 smaller events or situations taking place in addition to this one main event or situation. As the week unfolds, especially around Wednesday, maybe even Thursday, heading into Friday. They are nowhere near as significant. It's just that they are taking place at around those times. Now, 2 of them, actually 3 of them begin, I would say, likely tomorrow, and they do continue on throughout, like, actually, they do continue on. They do continue throughout the week. But the other ones are very much less so. They're more short term, but these other ones are a little bit more long term, lasting throughout the week. But again, they're not very highly significant. However, I like to mention these whenever I see them, because in case it makes sense to you or resonates with you, or it ends up, you end up experiencing it, like you can validate it later on. Some of us may be experiencing a trip around Thursday and or Friday, especially I would say Friday. Now, if it's not a trip, if it isn't a trip, then it could very just simply be referencing another event or situation that is related to this main event or situation that does take place again around Thursday and or Friday. That is sort of like all encompassing and important, but quite short term too. In the short term, also, we do have been talking a lot tonight. In the short term, we also have a smaller event or situation. It is, again, short term. It is not related to the main event or situation, but I'm saying this in case, again, it resonates with you. We have a letter W, person, place, or thing. I would say this pretty much begins and ends on around Tuesday, basically tomorrow. But it's a happy scenario. It looks like it's a good scenario. A letter W, person, place, or thing, opening communication between two people. Looks like we have some relation or some connection to house or house move, property in some way, shape, or form. But it is a good scenario. Letter L, person, place, or thing. Letter J, person, place, or thing. Taking some time out for our own self-care as well. And that specifically is in regards to some kind of abundance and prosperity, yes, and some kind of partnership too, a smaller partnership. Letter V, person, a lot of letters. Letter V, person, place, or thing. There's a sense of fast-paced speed, momentum with that as well. And also new opportunity, a new opportunity that's being contemplated. Nothing huge, but present. Yeah. Again, letter I and letter L, and again, we also have a Cancerian connection. So someone who is that sign or the qualities of that sign are present in some way, shape, or form. So home and hearth, hearth and home, family, emotional, intuition, healing, and things along those lines. And or someone who is that sign. And if so, that's where the letters I and L are present. Okay. Let's look at this main event or situation. It does begin. There's something taking place imminently. I would even say it's almost beginning to take place now, but it is the rest of that individual scenario is taking place very soon. Oh, everyone, Bree is here. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, baby girl. Bree is our chocolate lab. She's 3 years. She's a baby Aries. She's 3 years old in April. Bree's making an appearance. She made an appearance last week with a bumping tail we heard in the background. She doesn't jump. She won't jump up to say hi, but she comes over and she wags her tail. Hi, sweet bee. Hi, good girl. Oh, you're going to break something else? That's okay. You can. That's fine. Good girl. Good girl. She came over to say hi to everyone. That's awesome. Okay. So yes, there's something taking place like right now and also very soon, and that precedes this entire main event or situation. Okay. There's there's a short period of time between now and this main event or situation taking place. Ah, Dragonfly. Ah, thank you so much. I will let Bree know that you said hi. She's walking around in the background. But it looks like a very good scenario. I love when she comes to visit. Thank you so much, Gypsy. Yeah, Bree is a sweetheart. She won't come out. Like she's pretty little, so she won't jump up to say hi, but she likes to come around and. You can't do anything? Just standing there? Okay. She's quiet now. For now. That can change. Okay, so, but thank you so much. So in the short term, okay, so in the short term, we definitely have this sense of unconventional stability. So again, like for example, you buy paint boxes, sell them online, and you make money. So we have this unconventional stability that's taking place like tomorrow, I would say, basically. And we also have a new opportunity that's being presented. Letter W, person, place, or thing. Again, we have this house and our home connection, a property connection in some way, shape, or form. But again, it's this, yes, it's a property connection, but it's like fast paced. Things are happening quickly with that. It's an opportunity that's also being, that one that's being presented, but the one that's also being contemplated. And again, even with that one, we also have that Cancerian connection again, which makes sense, being referencing like the house and her home. But it's also some kind of partnership that likely has three different aspects or elements or partners or parties involved in some way. There may be like a temporary sense of like, oh, what's going on? But it really is a matter of, oh, there she's laying down on the couch now. It's a glass half full, glass half empty, perspective, perception scenario, essentially, I would say. A small reminder for that. It's like, do we look at the sad face or we look at the much bigger face that's right beside it? That kind of scenario. Okay, there, yeah, so there's that. That. We also have a smaller, much smaller opportunity that's also being contemplated too. And that involves reading, researching, learning, acquiring knowledge in some way. And there is stability that's associated with that specifically. It looks like overall it's a good scenario. There are definitely our happy faces here. We also have a helpful individual, likely a female. I would say it's a female, who actually may be related in some way, shape, or form to the house and her home, as well in another aspect. Letter J, person, place, or thing, likely a person. And letter V, J and or V. That has some connection with or to getting things organized, tidied up, sorted out in some way, shape, or form. And also taking some time out for our own self-care. So we may be sort of thinking about, oh, I should sit down now and read a book and just relax, and that will sort out. And I will take some time out to organize something along those lines. But there's a significance related to sort of like taking some time out and that, and also organizing and getting tidied up, getting things sorted out. That also lends itself to a form of unconventional stability. It's also taking place at around that time. There also may be a California connection in some way, shape, or form, whatever that may be as well. A helpful individual, again, who is likely a woman, I would say, who's involved. It's like there's three parties, okay. So there's the three, and then there's three. So it's like there's these three people, these three interested parties that are involved in the beginning, like around Tuesday. And it's helping to form a sense of like receiving something positive, maybe a little bit unique. There's this Cancerian connection, but also a reminder here too that unconditional love, support, loyalty, commitment, protection, companionship are absolutely present in this entire scenario as well. Okay. Overall, there's a lot of there's a lot of thinking and talking, a lot of things up in the air, a lot of conversations and ideas taking place. That does continue throughout the bulk of of this whole main event or situation. It does sort of change a little bit, I would say, around Wednesday, where we do begin to see or start to see some surprises taking place. However, really, there's a lot of conversations and ideas. Like that's like the main sort of theme of this week are things up in the air and things are being discussed and contemplated, things along those lines. And then towards the end of the week, that's when we really begin to see, like, knowing where we stand and yet we don't at the same time. A lot of surprise. Another way to say surprise is taking place. That's specifically around Friday, and then that also heads into the weekend as well. But around Wednesday or so, heading onwards, that's when we have a lot of like more surprises that are present. A lot of conversations taking place. Okay, so let's continue on. Keep seeing house and or home, home and or family in some way, shape, or form. Receiving messages about the house and or home and or family. There's a bit of a surprise regarding that. Obviously, I have no idea what that is, but there's likely some money that's involved regarding that. Okay. Lots of helpful people who are involved. But receiving messages, news, and or information about the home and or family. I keep seeing that throughout this week. Specifically, pardon me, in the next couple of days. Especially like tomorrow, I would say. Again, taking some time out for our own self-care in whatever way or ways that may be, pertinent, irrelevant. That is the main theme for tomorrow, I would say. But it's also a very loving and harmonious scenario. It's a very good situation. It's very loving and harmonious. It's good. It's very positive. It's good. There's this other side of it, and that's where this loving and harmonious scenario is present. It's very much a change, transformation, new beginnings, opportunities, like a portal, like a new opportunity of some kind, a positive change. And it's an opportunity that's being presented. Letter V is present with that, specifically regarding like two individuals and one off to the side. Now, the one off to the side may be a person. If so, great. If not, it's likely some receiving something, receiving abundance and prosperity, whether it's financial and or material, or someone else coming into our lives in some way. But that's a nice loving scenario that's present there. And that sort of results in or forms. Okay. Gypsy Raven, you had mentioned an oak, I think is what you had said. Yeah. So we do actually have an acorn in here. So it's really cool to see acorns here too. Acorns, oaks. So something that's extremely positive. It may seem like it's fairly insignificant at that time. However, it really portends or really leads to something really, really, really good and very important and good later on, I would say. And that is related in some way, shape, or form around Wednesday to this house and or home and or family, property in some way, shape, or form. Well, again, whenever I see houses, my first inclination is, oh, it's moving. But it could also mean anything from buying a new floor mat, a new bath mat, to moving. So some connection with that. But it is, again, another reminder. We have a little puppy's face in here again. Dog's face and now puppy's face. So reminders, I would say these are divine reminders that to know that we are never alone. We do have abundance and prosperity around us, yes, as well as unconditional love, support, loyalty, commitment, protection, companionship, guardianship, those qualities present. Looks like a good week ahead. I'm seeing a lot of happy faces, open communication between two individuals, a small scenario that involves, yes, abundance and prosperity, but also a lovely partnership that is forming very nicely. It's a very loving scenario, but I keep seeing references to this, receiving abundance and prosperity, whether this is material and or otherwise. Pardon me. I would almost say like there could even be like if it's not romantic, then it's this connotation or connection with receiving, like having a lovely, harmonious scenario. It's goodness. It's loving. I keep seeing references to this throughout this entire week so far. It's like there's many, many, many different things happening all at once that are all related in this one main event or situation. Almost like control chaos in a way. Let's head down a little bit further. So now we're in and around Wednesday. Again, house and or home and or family. Thinking uniquely, using our intellect. Our analytical, critical thinking skills. Helpful individual who is a female. Forward movement, not being held back, going for whatever it is that you want to have. There may be some financial rewards or awards or like receiving finances in some way, shape, or form. I keep seeing that, references to that, and also communication. Now, whether the communication is about the home and or family, or now in this individual's instance or on Wednesday, like we are receiving, not about the home and or family, but we're receiving messages, information in some way, shape, or form. Okay, moving on. Open communication between two individuals. It's a very happy scenario. Letter L and or V that's involved. I know I just sound repetitive every time I say that, but there's a lot of, I keep seeing references to open communication between two individuals throughout this week. Standing in our power. Feeling empowered. Unconditional love, support, loyalty, commitment, protection, and companionship. All of those lovely qualities. Person, place, or thing with a letter G that's involved, likely regarding a female. And it's like she's thinking, this individual is thinking of a partnership, thinking of a partnership, almost like thinking of creating it in some way. And that's where that open communication with the letters I and or L, no, I and or V are present. But again, there's these two parties, these two individuals that are present. Looks like a very good scenario. It's material wealth and abundance and prosperity, like material and or financial. So I'm doing my best to read chronologically here. Letter W, person, place, or thing. Happy scenario. I keep seeing references to this abundance and prosperity, yes. And also partnership that's being thought about in some way. And small partnerships. Now, partnership to me could be anything from like a new coffee shop that you're going into, whatever the scenario is, but it's individual partnerships repeatedly throughout this week that are either being presented and or thought about. Whoa, that scared me. Okay. We have letter M, person, place, or thing. That is likely either a helpful individual or someone who is a departed loved one. I wish I could give more detail, if this would resonate with you or not. I would say that individual is tall. But that's as much information as I can probably say. Wish I could give more detail. But letter M, person, place, or thing. Okay. Let's keep going. I don't know obviously who this may be for, but the letters, it looks like Anya or Anya, A-N or M-I-A, A-M or N-I-A. Also the letter G, person, place, or thing. That's related to some kind of surprise, something that we're not supposed to know about, but also likely the letter L that's involved is too. L and the letter G. Okay. Abundance and prosperity, letter C and or G. Letter S, person, place, or thing. That is related to this abundance and prosperity that I just mentioned with the letter C and or G. And that abundance and prosperity creates a new or leads to a new opportunity. And that's where the letter S is related to that specifically as well. Okay, lots of letters in here. C and or G yet again. Small conclusion regarding that, but it's a helpful individual, yes. But it's some kind of abundance and prosperity that is beautifully forming. Abundance and prosperity, abundance and prosperity. Open communication between three individuals in that instance. Some kind of abundance and prosperity that is related, a lot of abundance and prosperity. Well, I will take that. Some kind of, yes, abundance and prosperity, but also some kind of partnership that has two different parts, two different elements to it. Taking some that relates to like taking some time out for our own self-care, and that sort of really like leads to this scenario of goodness. It has two different parts to it though. That leads into Thursday and or Friday actually. Again, I would say like really just going for whatever it is that we want to have, like the Sagittarius connection, possibly Sagittarius connection in some way, shape, or form. But But again, like, it's going for whatever it is that we want to have, not being held back, happiness. Those qualities really being present as this week unfolds. I will take that. Yes, like this abundance and prosperity, but it's unique, it's different, and has different parts to it, like 2, and then in this case, 3 different aspects that are involved with this. It's a good scenario. It's a loving scenario. Okay, let's go on. Letter W, person, place, or thing. That involves 2 new opportunities, one that's also being presented, another one that's being presented, and a small conclusion. So again, it's just a very, very busy week with all of these individual, this is what I mean, all of these individual scenarios taking place. Okay. But again, this house connection, I keep seeing it repeatedly. Now we're letter E, and now letter E, person, place, or thing, and now we're sort of like, basically we're in Friday. Happiness, celebration between 2 people, actually a third, 3 individuals. Stability with that. Stability. Again, standing in our power, reassurance is being indicated, like we're crying happy tears around Friday. Positive change, and or the letter S. Yeah, celebration, happiness. And Naya, oh, that's cool, Gypsy Raven, that's cool. It's right here. I was like, that's why I was like, oh, I'm sort of taken back. I'm like, oh, don't often see like a name spelled out. Sometimes, but very rarely. That's so neat. Thank you. That's so cool. Okay, now we're in Friday. Yeah. And there's another dog's face. Again, we have all of these reminders of unconditional support, love, loyalty, companionship, guardianship, unconditional love. Not like, oh, we're in danger, but those qualities are present, that yes, we are protected. Which I believe firmly anyway, but it's nice to sometimes hear that reminder, in my opinion. Okay, lovely partnership taking place at around that time that has those, like, that is imbued essentially or connected with those qualities. Happiness. Those qualities really being present around, excuse me, really being present around on and around Friday. A loving scenario. Helpful individuals. Again, like almost like we're crying happy tears around Friday. I will take that too. New opportunity that's being presented. New opportunity, yes, but it's also abundance and prosperity, but it's a unique scenario. It's a unique situation. It is unique. I don't know if maybe there's a Scottish connection in some way, shape, or form. I would actually say so, based on what I'm seeing, yes. I would say so. Not being held back, going for whatever it is that you want to have. Forward movement, another way to say that. Partnership involving, it's always 3 this week. There's these 2 main ones, and then there's a third. Like there's 3 individuals or 3 different parties in some way, shape, or form. And that leads to new opportunity. A lot of new opportunities. That's great. I'll take those as well. New opportunity with a small abundance and prosperity that results in that as well as messages, news, receiving communications electronically in some way, shape, or form. Okay. And then that leads to letter M, person, place, or thing, working with 2 different individuals. Letter H. Letters, for me, how I interpret letters is it's person, place, or thing. Opening communication between 2 people. And yes, it's that partnership between 2, maybe 3 individuals, but there's with a Scottish connection, but there's many people involved. There are several people. Several is a conservative way to say that there's a lot of people involved in that scenario. Okay. Now we're in the base. Well, quick, before we get to base. Yeah, definitely a helpful individual around Friday for sure. Just going to finish this reading before I really paid too much attention to the chat. I'm going to get this reading completed. We're nearly finished now. Okay. We do have a smaller scenario taking place again on Friday, and this is related to either that trip that I had mentioned that is So some of us may be taking a trip later on this week, like on Friday. And or if it's not a trip, then it's another scenario that is related to the main event or situation. Definitely a happy scenario. A lot of celebration, partnerships. It begins with a lot of communication. A lot of communication. Letter W and or letter L. Letter A. Okay. It's a happy scenario. It's a very sweet and gentle and loving scenario. Though those qualities are present. Okay. Now let's head into the base. Which, as remember at the beginning of this entire reading, I showed you, and I was like, oh, look, there's a huge tree, which I absolutely do see. So that's abundance and prosperity for sure. For sure. Okay, we have here. So this weekend, heading into next week. A lot of surprises, things that we're not really supposed to know about right now, but it does involve a lot of communication with many different people, as well as working with many different people, taking some time out for our own self-care. Yes, absolutely. Letter U, letter I, letter H, so lots of letters. People, places, or things. Aries and or Taurus connection related specifically with, I would say, a male. Abundance and prosperity, yes. So it's like, yes, the whole situation is like, yes, there's a lot of goodness going on. And within that overall broad spectrum of goodness, individually, there's like individual scenarios taking place. And one of them is definitely abundance and prosperity again as well. So it looks like a very, very overall, a very, very nice weekend coming up for us. Letter J, person, place, or thing. That's related to partnerships. Letter C and E. Taking some time out for our own self-care. Letter M. Letter L. That's related to a new opportunity. Partnership. Very busy weekend. Very busy weekend. Very busy weekend. Protection. A reminder that we do have divine protection, as I firmly believe that anyway. And also, again, individual instances throughout this entire weekend of abundance and prosperity. Let's leave that there. It looks to be a crazy week ahead, but a very, very interesting and very, very good one too. So everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me this long, and I really hope that you enjoyed that general weekly tea leaf reading. I'm going to get caught up here on the chat. I was sort of keeping a little bit of an eye on it. Pardon me. Yes, Rhea, thank you so much for saying that. Linda took notes. That's awesome. Okay. Dragonfly, thank you so much for doing that. Let's see. Can animals come back as spirits? I will never make a blanket. I'm not going to say definitively yes or no because I'm not God. In my opinion, yes, but I'm not going to say definitively yes or no. And nor is that actually my wheelhouse. I would say in this moment in time, like we're focused on the tea leaf reading right now. But in terms of your question, I would say possibly. But I'm not God, so I won't definitively say yes or no, in my opinion. Gypsy. Thank you so much for that lovely comment. I am so happy that you enjoyed the tea leaf reading. Dragonfly, thank you so much. Thank you for a beautiful evening, Dragonfly, and thank you so much for hanging out here this long and for moderating. Could never do any of this without you. Maria. Okay, I know that you referenced a Dragonfly in your question there. I can answer that for you right now because we're wrapping up now. If you wanted to book a private tea leaf reading, then yes, all of those links are in the description box below. I also have a link tree there as well for your reference. But these readings, the readings that I'm offering here on YouTube, no. Oh, Linda, thank you so much. I'm so happy that you enjoyed the reading. Well, everyone, we're going to wrap it up for this evening. Thank you so much. I really hope that you enjoyed this this impromptu. Well, it was a planned live, but slightly impromptu format of doing live viewer readings as well as live tea leaf reading for the week. So I hope that everyone enjoyed the experience. It was fun, and we chatted with some really cool people. So again, thank you so much for hanging out. I so appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you again on Thursday. Gypsy, yes. Thank you so much for that reminder, Gypsy Raven. So yes, again, happy Valentine's Day to everyone. We will be back here again on Thursday. You can consider this a little bit of a Valentine's Day gift for everyone. But thank you so much, and we'll be back here again on Thursday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you'd like to have a quick tea leaf reading, then like a taste test, come on back on Thursday. We'll be doing those 5-minute tea leaf readings as well then too. So thank you so much. Can't wait to see you again on Thursday. I'll post pictures up here on my community tab as soon as possible. And have an amazing, amazing week ahead. Let's hang in there. It looks like it's going to be crazy. I love you all. Take care and have a great night. Bye.